Alright, welcome back. Been busy at work doing other things. I'm just kind of getting back into this yesterday, and I ran into something that's kind of a problem that's got to be addressed. Uh, so, and if you have this model, this might be something you want to take a look at. I thought these were ply bulkheads initially, but they're not. These back two that the ply, you can see the ply there where the servos is in between two bulkheads, and those two bulkheads are honeycomb. There's ply on the back side of them, which does nothing. You can see the ply there on the back, facing forward, and the bolt head kind of sits on that, but the side that the bracket sits on is just straight honeycomb, and when you tighten those two bolts, it just crushes it. Because I don't know what they used on these honeycomb to laminate them, but it's black like it's carbon fiber, but it's just so thin that you can literally crush it with your hand. So over time, even if you have these installed and they're tight, if you have that honeycomb material, we all know that it's gonna vibration, just any kind of flexing and movement just crushes the honeycomb, especially when it has nothing to kind of support it. I mean, if they had a ply on the same side as the bracket, that would fix the majority of it, but still it's a crushing force with that bracket and those bolts, so that's not the proper way to do that. And the bigger problem is that tray where your servos and your aluminum bracket goes for your elevator mechanism are glued into two honeycomb bulkheads, which like I said, I don't know what that is, but it's not, if it's carbon fiber, it's not very thick. It's almost like a carbon mat, or it kind of feels like construction paper, really. It's like a black paper material that's on each side of the honeycomb core, and it's, like I said, you can crush it with your hand. You can kind of see it there. That's what that is. So I am going to fix that before I go any further. What I did on one side, and it seems to tighten up really nice, is I just put an aluminum spacer between that wood back plate and the actual metal bracket, and it goes through that honeycomb wall. So when you tighten it down, the bracket puts force on the spacer and not the actual honeycomb. Because I'm actually going to glue my rudders on, so these clamps are just going to kind of be a security, just to help secure it in place while it's glued, and then I'll leave them in there once they're glued on. That way they're tied into these bulkheads, like they should be normally. But if you don't do that and you want to be able to remove your rudders, just watch out for that. I mean, if that's all ply, it's not a problem, but that being honeycomb is an issue. So I got to fix that before I can finish up the jet. I mean, everything's pretty much done. I'm just doing final setup and assembly. I opted not to do the wood blocks for the mains. I think it'll be fine like it is. I may put some carbon cloth in there to kind of stiffen everything up, but I mean, I don't care what you put in there. It's just, if you hit hard enough to rip these blocks out, you're going to pretty much destroy the jet anyway, so it doesn't matter how much bracing you put in between the two bulkheads. It won't help. But they haven't had any problems with these that I know of, so that may not be an issue. I don't want to bet $15,000 on it, so I am going to either rip those out and put ply in there, but probably not. I'll probably just put some ply in there to reinforce it, and throw in some carbon as well, since it's pretty light. But that's about it. Once I get that fixed, it'll just be final assembly and hooking up everything. So till then, you guys take it easy. You know, like I said, if you have one of these, like I know Ozzy Bart, he has the same kind of thing. You might want to take a look at this. A couple other people that have these. Just take a look at it and see how yours is holding up. Like I said, it may not be an issue, but I'm not gonna bet on it. So you guys have a good one. Thanks.